Hey, Prince Magnum, you've done quite a few interesting episodes of Surviving Romance as of recent. Have you got any date ideas? Yes, I do. Stick around. I'm gonna walk you through a really awesome date idea for you and your other half. Hello once again and welcome to the Prince Magnum channel where hot rodding and romance do coexist. I'm your host with the most, Prince Magnum, and welcome to another episode of Surviving Romance. Here today on Surviving Romance, I'm going to give you guys a date idea that Princess Faye and I have done quite a few times over the years, and it's very special to us, so I'm going to share this idea with you guys. So husbands, get out your notepads. This one's going to be a super important one that I hope you and your other half will do. And again, when I say husbands, however it works in your relationship, some way, shape, or form, I really don't care, care how the relationship is. Somewhere in there, one of y'all is going to act kind of like a husband, okay? So however it works in your relationship, you know who I'm talking to then. All right. That being said, one of Princess Faye's and I's date ideas that we've done over the years is we like to go to a coffee shop. Now, y'all know here on the Prince Magnum channel that coffee is very important to me. It's very special to me. It's the drink that my go-to drink since I got sober back on February 7th, 2006. So, over 13 years later, coffee is my drink of choice. Dang, that's good. But we've done specialty coffee drinks here on the Prince Magnum channel. We've done them quite a few times. As a matter of fact, as I'm making this video, I'm already editing another one where there's going to be a specialty coffee drink in there. That being said, it's still nice every once in a while to go out to a coffee shop. Now, I'm going to explain to you all, if you and your other half have got a lot to talk about, some stuff on your mind, things you guys need to get out in the open, I'm going to tell you an honest to goodness little secret that has worked for me numerous times, whether it's been with Princess Faye or just talking to a friend. You basically, get 2 cups of coffee, whatever, get a couple of cups of coffee and set a cup of coffee in front of who you need to talk to, put one in front of you, and before you know it, you guys are talking about whatever's wrong in your life at that point in time. There's something wholesome about drinking coffee. So it's definitely something that Princess Faye and I have kind of gotten used to over the years because, it's just worked out that way. If I've got something that I need to talk about, I'll get a couple of cups of coffee, put one in front of her, put one in front of me, and before you know it, we're talking about whatever's on my mind, vice versa. And long before Princess Faye, this was something that I've done with friends, and I've even done with, I will confess, I've done with past girlfriends. Okay, so this is something that I don't know what it is, but it's something that just seems to work. Now, that being said, the coffee shop thing really didn't come about until Princess Faye and I got together, and we would hit up these top quality, well, what's considered top quality, coffee shops, big coffee chains, if you will, like your restaurant chains. And more often than not, it was good, but I have typically found that your smaller, kind of independently owned coffee shops are usually superior to those. That being said, I want to give a special shout out to a particular coffee shop that Princess Faye and I went to, actually, as I'm making this video, yesterday. So here's the coffee shop, actual video footage from outside the coffee shop after we had already finished our coffee and we're leaving. That's right. Our friends over at Number 9 Coffee Shop in Leadington, Missouri. When Princess Faye and I go into a coffee shop, one of the first things that we do is we kind of get a look around. Is it a busy coffee shop? If it's a busy coffee shop, basically that tells you quite a few things right there. The coffee drinks are top quality. So people, if it's top quality coffee drinks, everybody's going there, okay? And of course it's going to be a little pricey because, they're top quality coffee drinks, but you get what you pay for, okay? There's certain restaurants in our area that do the specialty coffee drinks, but they're nowhere near what you would get in a quality coffee shop. And again, your more nationwide chain coffee shop chains are good, but again, independent coffee shops like the Number 9 Coffee Shop, they're going to be even better than you're going to get in the, so if you're going to do this, you definitely want to do this at an independent coffee shop because, I will say right now, every coffee drink I've had anywhere else, Number 9 Coffee Shop is superior. So, and the amount of traffic that we've seen was a definite indicator. Do the people behind the counter know what they're talking about? Do they know their coffee drinks? I purposely ordered a particular drink and I read the ingredients on it, so I knew what to expect. I ordered what that shop knows has it listed as the Firecracker. And the Firecracker is basically a hot mocha in this particular case. I'm sure it comes in other styles, but I ordered a hot mocha with it had almond, caramel, white chocolate, and cayenne with topped off by some whipped cream. So immediately the guy behind the counter, knowing his drinks and knowing his customers, was like, "Hey man, are you sure about this? Because the cayenne sometimes throws people off." Well, I know, if y'all know me, because, I know quite a bit about cooking. We've seen me do it a million times here on the channel. He was trying to warn me. He didn't know anything about the Prince Magnum channel. So, him and I conversed about it, and, because he wanted to make sure that I didn't get something I didn't want. We talked, and he's like, "All right, yeah, if you know your stuff about this, but he said it does throw some of my customers off. So I just wanted to warn you ahead of time because I didn't want you to get anything you didn't like." So right there, that guy knew his coffee drinks right away. And because he was willing to stop me before I ordered something that I may not like, customer service is top notch. On top of that, the coffee beans are ground on site. Now here on the channel, we don't keep a coffee grinder. We really don't have a whole lot of space to keep a lot of appliances around. This coffee shop grinds their coffee on site. A lot of coffee shops do that. But because of the amount of people, the coffee is always going to be fresh. So it's going to be quality, fresh ground, fresh coffee every time. So this again tells me everything I need to know. Also, a lot of times in the other mainstream coffee shops, one of the other problems that you're going to run into in those particular, they use machines that pre-measure and everything, and sometimes it's a little difficult to make adjustments to your coffee drink to make it kind of suit your flavor. Well, at this particular coffee shop, there's measures and they do everything by hand. So again, you're kind of right on the money again with, if you will, you're kind of right on the money with that whole, quality coffee drinks. So Princess Faye and I sat down. Again, it was busy, so we were still able to talk, and because of all the background ambient noise, because of how busy the place is, we could pretty well talk about whatever was on our mind, and nobody would know the wiser. So it was a really nice coffee shop. So if you're in our area and you ever have the opportunity to stop by the Number 9 coffee shop that's over in Leadington, not too far away from the Big Lots, I definitely would suggest it. but along with that, if you don't have, if you're not close in, the St. Francis County area, let's face facts, here on the Prince Magnum channel, there's about half of you that aren't. That being said, if you yourself are looking for that particular coffee shop that you and your other half can sit down and have that wholesome coffee drink and talk about whatever's on your mind, find a shop just like I've described. And I will tell you, if you go in there, and again, if it's a quality place, one of the things that I will suggest, if you don't know anything about about coffee, ask the person behind the counter what they like. And a lot of times what you might initially thought you were going to try out for your first time in a coffee shop like this may not be what you end up with. What they may describe may even be 1,000 times better than what you might have initially thought you were going to do. So again, this is one of those things that you can kind of tuck away into your romance repertoire. Coffee shops are a definite must. Again, there's something wholesome about sitting down with someone and both of you got a cup of coffee and talking about whatever's on your mind, because if you don't, in a relationship, problems can mount, and you guys could have serious problems, and when you guys start having those arguments, it starts affecting the everything, including when the bedroom door closes. So these, again, having that little extra something in your repertoire is a definite must, and coffee shops are right there at the top of my list of a must in your area, because I will say that Princess Faye and I had a lot of stuff to talk about. We got it out, we talked about it, and I will say, again, I'm glad that we had that opportunity to talk, and I'm glad that we had a very nice, independently owned coffee shop in the area that knows their stuff about coffee, so we can do something that's that wholesome. All right, so there you have it. Amazing job from our newfound friends over at the Number 9 Coffee Shop. We will be back to see you guys, but I wanted to give you a special shout out, thanking you guys for taking such good care of us. All right, so that brings us to the usual spot. If you enjoyed this episode of Surviving Romance and would like to see more like this, be sure to smash the like button, and smash that like button as hard as you can, so YouTube knows that the Prince Magnum channel is a force to be reckoned with. We're the only YouTube channel, to my knowledge, that does custom cars and romance. That's a force to be reckoned with. Anyhow, along with that, if you didn't like the video, smash the like button twice. Anyhow, and as always, for all of you out there, get out there and work on a project. I don't care what it is, just do something with yourself. Remember, idle hands and a creative mind go together like oil and water. If you have a sweetheart, sweep them off their feet and do something special for them today. Maybe you might take them to a local coffee shop and have a sit-down talk about whatever's on your mind that day. And for all of you out there, if no one out there has told any of you that they love you, Prince Magnum does. God bless you, and have a happy 24. Thank you.